Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today we're doing a love reading for Pisces. This is good for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And we're going to tap into this area and see how your special someone thinks, feels about you. You know, if you're crushing on someone, what's the vibe? What's the potential there? Let's see. Pisces, get comfy, maybe get yourself something to drink, and let's hang out. Let's hang out. By the way, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. I hope you know. And if you would like to receive other readings, I post a lot of videos weekly. So you can go ahead and click on the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure that you receive notice when the videos come up. Alrighty. Spirit, angels, universe, beings of love and light, please bring in the clearest ideal messages for Pisces, especially relating to love, romance, and important connections, relationships. What is it that Pisces needs to know right now? Especially the Pisces watching this video. By the way, I'm taking cards upright. Alright, so we have the Seven of Wands. First card showing up, Seven of Wands. Some of you, in matters of relationships, you've had to trace boundaries on the sand. It's like you've had to, gather the strength, the courage. Some of you have gotten to overcome the awkwardness or the, feeling of discomfort of having to have a rough conversation with someone. It seems here that throughout different experiences you've had in this area, Spirit has been trying to basically teach you and help you develop healthy boundaries and a healthy sense of self. Through different experiences, you've been basically guided to trust yourself, over the opinion of others, to trust your connection to Spirit, to trust what you know is right, to trust what you deserve. And sometimes that can be, difficult. That's why we need practice, and that's why, the universe seems to be so eager to give us the opportunity to practice, right? And that's why we may attract people who constantly require us to communicate clearly, who constantly require us to set these boundaries. And although it may feel just like bad luck in love, it could actually be a very conscious process of basically training you to have the ability to communicate and set those boundaries for when that right person comes in. I don't personally believe that things are just random at all. I feel like everything happens for a reason, Pisces. I really do. And in this case, I feel that, many potential relationships, many people that you've dated, gone out with, maybe you thought the whole potential was a relationship, but the whole point was to actually teach you and help you grow so that when that right person arrives, you have everything you need to make that happen in the healthiest, in the most solidified way. Obviously, it's annoying to go from, one disappointment to another, right? If we have the expectation of every one of those relationships, being successful. We have in the crossing energy, the Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. You could be dealing with someone who maybe is attached to a Earth sign, ex-partner, possibly. There could be someone who's attached to someone else in a way. That could be a possibility, although there's many possibilities with this card. You could be having difficulty placing boundaries with a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Maybe you're having difficulty communicating to them, protecting your peace, protecting your energy, protecting your space. Maybe you feel like this person has a lot of influence on you for some reason. This may be someone that you like, someone that you're interested in. Blackberries could have something to do with it. I know it's super random, but I see the blackberries here and they're just catching my eye. In the recent past, you're being perceived as the Empress. So this is a card, some of you may have recently been pregnant, some of you have recently given birth, some of you have recently been in a position in which you can chill and relax and at the same time enjoy life and be abundant and prosperous. Some of you have been in a very powerful connection to spirit, creating new life, literally or symbolically. But that's the thing, I feel like you have so much value, Pisces, and you're so powerful. In order to create life, you have to be powerful. And Pisces, I see that you are powerful and that it has not always been easy for people around you to deal with your power. It's like not everyone has the maturity and the grace to see you for who you really are without feeling insecure about themselves. But that's not on you, Pisces. That's on them. You are mighty. It is what it is. The Empress is beautiful. It's a very special energy. But then the mind, with the 10 of Swords here, the 10 of Wands. Not everybody knows how to love without attachment. It's like, imagine as if you are the most beautiful flower. A lot of people are going to just cut you and want to bring you with them. They want you for themselves. They want to have that most beautiful flower. But what happens? When you cut the flower, it dies eventually, right? It's not easy, to love something from a distance without owning that or having that attachment, right? And still feeling like you can love that completely. I'm getting a reference to Little Prince, El Principito. Maybe read it again or read it for the first time if you haven't already. There is a brand new beginning on the horizon for you, Pisces. There is kind of like an epiphany coming, like an aha moment, something that in your mind just clicks. And you're like, oh my God, now I get it. And maybe this reading is going to help you with that. Maybe something else is going to help you with that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have an awareness that changes things for you. That helps you see things in such a way that opens up the possibilities to all the good that can come in this area of love. You have been exposed to everything that you don't want. I mean, I think many Pisces, it's like maybe you don't know what you want, but you definitely know what you don't want. So, the opposite of what you don't want is probably what you want. But yeah, I see that the mind right now in relation to the subject of love and romance, the mind can feel overwhelmed. The mind may feel fearful, insecure. There may be a lot of limiting beliefs. There may be a lot of chaos going on in the mind. Trying to somehow take a hold of someone or something. It's like trying to trap something that cannot be trapped. Why do I say that? Because we have this kid, whatever, trying to restrain a huge dragon it seems like the dragon has been in some way weakened, and they're trying to wrap it up at this cord or this thing, and they're trying to tame something that cannot be tamed. You may be trying to tame something that cannot be tamed, instead of loving it from afar, admiring it from afar. You may be wanting to have it for you, you know? You may be wanting to trap that dragon and make it your pet. When, you know, dragons are dragons. You know, they're not pets. Same goes for the rose analogy. Some of you are really trying to find a way to cut that rose and bring it home with you, so you can see it every day, admire it every day. But the thing is, when you try to possess that person, that someone, that, you know, have them just for you, it's like you cut that and you bring it home and it dies. It's like, in a way, you're being taught here to love selflessly. And that's very powerful, Pisces. It's very powerful and not easy. But I think that there are certain relationships, certain connections, certain attractions, right, that are like these huge dragons and these beautiful roses. And it's like, no matter what you do, you can't have them in the way that you would want, because that's not the nature of who they are or what the connection is about. But there are other things that willingly, lovingly will want to come home with you. You know, let's say that there's a beautiful cat that you run into, and this cat immediately loves you, and you love the cat, and the cat wants to come home, so it does, and you're happily ever after with the cat, you know, or the dog, or whatever. Those connections, those relationships are going to happen for you too. And that's probably, you know, the ones that are going to be successful. Long-term romance, marriage. But sometimes there's things that are unavailable, and they're unavailable for a reason. You're not supposed to have this pet dragon. This dragon is supposed to be wild and beautiful and free and admired and cherished and appreciated. But it's not supposed to be domesticated. Certain connections are like that. Certain connections are not supposed to turn into a romantic relationship. You know? Same goes for the rose. And I don't know, I feel like knowing the difference here is what's gonna make a difference for you. Maybe that's what this aha moment is. Being like, okay, maybe this twin flame relationship, maybe this super intense karmic connection, maybe this super powerful past life, connection can be enjoyed from afar. But also, like, if what you want is a healthy love, a healthy romantic love, a day-to-day relationship, someone who texts you good morning and good night every day, someone who, makes breakfast for you, or someone who, you get to call your person. And if you want all of those things, then what you want is not that dragon. Because that dragon, the nature of that dragon will never allow that to be the case. So it's a matter of knowing what you want. And some of you may be in that moment in which you are obsessed about the dragon and admiring the dragon and being like, all I need is this dragon. Even if I can't have it in that way, I'll be happy anyway. But some of you are going to reach a point in which you say, all right, this is all well and good. I have enjoyed this plenty. But what I actually want is to have that love, that very human, very mundane kind of love. And therefore you adopt a cat instead of trying to tame a dragon. How about that, Pisces? Every connection has its own nature and has its own power and its own beauty. But trying to fit a square into a circle does no one a service. It's not good for anyone. Trying to fit a square into a circle is just pointless. And honestly exhausting, Pisces. Honestly exhausting. So, food for thought, my loves. Food for thought. With the Four of Pentacles here, they're telling you, take care of what you have. Take care of what is yours. Take care of the things that can be yours. Don't neglect what you have by dreaming about what you don't have, what you could have, what you should have. Love what you have right now, Pisces. Take care of the manifestations that have already come through for you. At some point, you asked, you prayed for what you have. At some point, you prayed for that place you're in, or you prayed for that vehicle you have, or you prayed for friends, or you prayed for family, or you prayed for pets, or whatever. And there's a big chance that a lot of the things that you have asked for are now in your life. But then sometimes we forget and we just want more. Spirit is saying, tend to the things that you already have been given. Take care of them, love them, bless them, be grateful for them. And not only like things, I'm not referring to objects only. I'm saying relationships, connections too. Even like mental health and things that make you happy. Things in the form of like activities and sports or hobbies or art. So yeah, Pisces, the product of the week is the Past Life Regression course. If any of you have felt like maybe there is something more that is blocking you in this area or in other areas of your life that no matter what you do is just like blocked. Sometimes there's contracts, there's agreements, there's experiences that we've had in past lives that have created such a powerful imprint within us on a subconscious level that they prevent us in this life from doing the things or experiencing the things we want to experience. Let's say that, it is said that phobias have a lot to do with past lives. For example, you come into this life, you've never seen the ocean, not once, but you're terrified of it. How do you explain that? Terrified of it. Like, phobia. Full-blown phobia. No one can get you to be in any way close to the ocean. And it may be because you may have drowned in a very dramatic way or something. Not that drowning is not ever not dramatic. You know what I mean? And that memory somehow stays with you. There's this movie called I Origins. Please let me know in the comment section if you have seen that movie. Oh my god, it's so powerful. It's about this scientist who like studies the eyes. And he's like super skeptic, by the way, like super duper skeptical. And he meets someone who's kind of like this like twin flame energy, basically. And I can't spoil it for you guys. You have to watch it. Yeah, I can't really tell you much without spoiling that movie. But it's really good. It's really, really powerful. Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, that is the product of the week for this week. Please check it out. It consists of 4-hour-long-ish audio therapies guided by me, in which very safely, very user-friendly, you can basically navigate the 4 main areas of life, being them love and romance, health and wellness, money and finances, and intuition and spirituality. There's like a therapy for each, and you just have to basically lay down, play the audio, follow the instructions in the guided visualization, and not only will you be able to see and experience your past lives, which is enriching enough, but also find a way to unlock and heal and basically get rid of the agreements and contracts that are no longer serving you. Let's say that in a past life you were a monk or a nun and you chose to make vows of celibacy and poverty. And now you're trying to not be celibate and you're trying not to be poor. And those agreements are weighing on you without you even knowing. So it's a wonderful thing to go back in and just reprogram that. It makes sense. For me, it has been incredibly powerful. It is one of our bestsellers for a reason. It's a very powerful tool to have. And obviously you get that and you get to use it as many times as you want for as long as you want. It's like you purchase it once and you have it and you can use it years on end. So I'll check it. I'll let you the link in the description box so you can check it out. And I'll see you in the next one, Pisces. I love you so much. Don't try to tame the dragon. Admire the dragon from afar. Love it. Send it light. And if you want a cat, get a cat. All right. I love you, Pisces. Bye.